Hi everyone. If you've recently been diagnosed with autism or ADHD, welcome. First off, let me just say you are not alone. This is a huge moment for you, and while it might feel overwhelming, it's also an incredible opportunity to truly understand yourself. So, whether you're feeling relief, confusion, or even a little bit of everything, that is completely normal. Your diagnosis doesn't change who you are, it's simply giving you the why behind so many of your experiences. Take a deep breath and let's explore this new chapter together. Our first step in this journey is understanding your diagnosis. Getting diagnosed as an adult can feel like a light bulb moment. Suddenly, so much about your life makes sense. Let's break down what autism and ADHD might mean for you. If we look at autism, it's a spectrum. That means that it shows up differently for everyone. You might find yourself relating to some descriptions like being sensitive to sounds, smells, or textures, or having a very strong need for routine. Social situations might have felt draining or confusing, and now you know why. It's not that you're bad at socializing, it's just that you process communication and emotions differently. You may focus on specific interests. These are sometimes called special interests, and those special interests can bring you joy and expertise that's truly unique. If we look at ADHD, ADHD isn't just about being distracted. It's about how your brain regulates focus, motivation, and even your emotions. You might find it hard to stay organized and start tasks that feel boring, but when something grabs your interest, you are all in, and that is called hyperfocus. Emotional regulation is also a big part of ADHD and autism. You might feel emotions intensely, which can be overwhelming, but also makes you empathetic towards others and passionate about your special interests. Now, let's also debunk a few myths. Autism doesn't mean that you lack empathy, it means that you might express it differently. ADHD isn't about being lazy or careless, it's about having a brain that operates in bursts of energy and creativity. You may be impacted more or less by these experiences. We all experience this diagnosis differently, and that's okay. A popular saying is, if you've met one person with autism, you've met one person with autism. These diagnoses aren't a label, it's a framework. It helps you understand why you've experienced life the way that you have, and it gives you the tools to thrive moving forward. These diagnoses aren't a label for you, it's a framework. And it helps you understand why you've experienced life the way you have and gives you the tools to thrive moving forward. Bro. The next step on our journey is building self-awareness. Self-awareness is like turning on the lights in a room that you've always lived in, only suddenly you can see everything clearly. What we need to do is reflect on our past. So think about moments in your life that were confusing or difficult. For example, were you always the one who needed extra time to recover after social events? Did certain tasks at work seem impossible while others came effortlessly? Did you ever feel different but couldn't explain why? This reflection helps you recognize patterns. Maybe you've always hated bright lights, or you loved working late at night because the world was quieter. Well, now you can name those needs and honor them. And the way we do that is by discovering your triggers and your needs. Make a list of things that overwhelm or energize you. For example, do you get overstimulated in crowds or noisy spaces? Do you need deadlines broken into smaller steps to stay on track? Identifying these helps you set boundaries and design a life that works with your brain and not against it. Remember, self-awareness is a journey, and the more you learn, the better you'll get at understanding what you need to feel happy and supported. Next up is finding community. One of the most healing parts of this journey is connecting with others who get it. When you find your community, it feels like coming home. You can look for some online spaces on Reddit, Facebook groups, or Discord servers. So if we focus on Reddit, there are subreddits like /autism or /ADHD. They're great for tips, memes, and honest conversation. If you're interested in Facebook, you can look for groups that are focused on adult diagnoses or neurodivergent professionals, and they're usually really supportive, so you can find people to just bounce ideas off of, and that's really helpful. There's also Discord servers. I'm a member of several myself. Many communities will have live chat spaces where you can share your experiences or just hang out. If you're more interested in in-person local meetups, you can search for autism or ADHD groups in your city. Meetup.com is a great resource for that. Libraries, community centers, and advocacy organizations will often host events. If you're in the workplace, you can check to see if your company has an employee resource group, or ERG, that's for neurodivergent employees. Why does this matter? Well, being around others who share your experience can validate what you're going through. You'll learn tips, you'll share stories, and you'll feel less isolated overall. Remember, you're also welcome to connect with me at any time. My LinkedIn and email are in the description below. Now that you've done some of the work to understand your diagnosis and build self-awareness, you can use that to advocate for yourself. Advocating for your needs is a skill, and that starts with knowing what works for you. Let's break that down. If your job feels overwhelming, think about things that might help. Do you need flexible hours? Noise canceling headphones? Would it help if your boss gave you a written agenda before meetings? Requesting accommodations can feel intimidating, but remember, you're asking for what you need to succeed. You're not asking for special treatment. If we think about our family and friends, you can share what you've learned about yourself. For example, you could say, I've realized that I get overwhelmed when there's too much noise, so I might need a quiet space during family gatherings. Or, sometimes I hyperfocus and lose track of time. It's not personal, it's just how my brain works. Be patient as your loved ones adjust. Remember, they're learning too. And here's a pro tip. Start small. Advocate for one thing at a time, like a dedicated quiet hour at home, or a reminder system for tasks. Each step will build your confidence. The final step on this journey is embracing your strengths. And here's the best part. It's celebrating you and your unique perspective. Neurodivergent brains excel at seeing the world differently. Whether it's your creative ideas, your problem-solving skills, or deep focus on topics that you love, these are all strengths that you bring to the table. And how do we do that? Well, we start by reframing the challenges. What might seem like a struggle can also be a strength. For example, do you find yourself struggling with small talk? That's because you value deeper, more meaningful conversations with others. Are you easily distracted? That means that you're attuned to your environment and you'll notice things that others will often miss. Self-compassion is key. This journey isn't about becoming better or normal. You are enough. It's about embracing the incredible person that you already are. So now that we've talked about all the steps, I'm going to give you like a little bonus resource slide so we can talk some tools. There's so much out there to help you on this journey, but I'm going to share a few books here. There's like 5 of them that I found useful, whether I was reading it for myself or sharing it with my family. There's going to be a couple podcasts on here, and there's even some websites that you can look at. I know one of them is from the UK, but that's okay. It's still helpful to have that information no matter where you live, whether it's US or in Europe. And again, my LinkedIn and information will be here if you need a friendly face to reach out to. I hope you found these steps helpful. Keep in mind that this is just the beginning of your journey, and it's okay to take it one step at a time. Being diagnosed as an adult is a chance to understand, grow, and embrace who you truly are. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this, or leave a comment telling me what else you'd like to explore. And if this video resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need to hear it. Remember, you're not alone and you've got this. Have a great day.